Hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Novice Podcast, where we break down, complex financial terms in a simpler form just for you. If you missed any of our previous episode, go back and catch up because it's very educative and mind-blowing just for you guys. So today, we're always talking about financial terms. Today's financial term is auditing. I'm sure you must have heard the word auditing. So I have someone in the studio today who is going to be breaking down all of these terms in a simpler form for you, like I said. So hello, can you just give us a little bit of introduction?
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm Idighie Osaro, right, a chartered accountant, and I've also worked as an auditor, financial analyst, and currently work as an accountant.
Just you. All of these roles. So it's great to have you on the show today. So I'll just go straight into it. It's a discussion that I want to know and my audience want to know, the word auditing. When you hear auditing, for me, it sounds like a very big word for big companies and, it's very scary. I think maybe they're coming in to check something. So what exactly is auditing? And how can this, influence the small business owners?
Oh, okay. So thank you very much for that question. Auditing, like you said, sounds very big, but then again, it applies to all kinds of businesses, right? Auditing has to do with analyzing financial statements, right, to ensure that financial statements are free from errors, and it's also in line with accounting standard and guidelines, as well as also in line with compliance too as well, right? And auditing can be done by small companies, big companies, and the likes, yeah.
Yeah, you said there are statements that needs to be provided, right? Because, I have a colleague that whenever you talk about auditing, she's like, I'm looking for receipts, I'm looking for, what's the word? Invoices, yeah. And she's just running up and down. So are these applicable to smaller businesses as well?
So it actually depends, right? Because we have full audit and we have small scale audits. So for small companies, sometimes you want to have just a very small scale, you want to focus on a particular thing in your financial statement. Probably you only want to just audit inventory, right? So you provide documents in line with your inventories, right? But if I'm going to have a full scale audit, you have to provide a lot of documents. Because like I said, auditing is, you are trying to ensure that your financial statement is accurate, right? And for most companies, we have directors, we also have the shareholders, and shareholders and directors, they are two distinct individuals, two different individuals, right? Mm-hmm. And for shareholders to have confidence that that what my director is showing me is accurate, right? That this is where audit comes in. So audit gives that level of assurance that the financial statement
of the company
is fair, is free from material misstatements, and is in line with accounting standards and guidelines.
So when we hear auditing, like I mentioned, it sounds really scary. It sounds like you need to get in documents and provide all of this, and it's time consuming. It's expensive. I feel like when they say auditors are coming into a company, they are bringing in a group of people to go and check. So what would you say for small business owners that can't really afford this auditing process, like the big fours, the big fours.
Yeah, the big fours.
The big fours. So how can they, the small business owners, kickstart their own auditing process as an individual or as a small business?
Okay. So first off, right, we have statutory audits. These audits are mandated by law or government that, you should publish your financial statements, right? And companies like that are basically limited companies, right? So if you have any small companies that fall under proprietorship, partnership, you necessarily don't have to go through the whole stress of trying to get into the big four, trying to get someone to help you audit your accounts.
Okay.
Audit, like I said, applies to everyone. So you don't have to go through the whole process. You don't have to make that big cost because probably you are not there yet, or you are not a limited liability company yet, but you still want to carry out audits because audit helps improve efficiency, cost saving, and the like. So what you can do, basically, you can go online. You can check steps in which you can do your own personal audits, or you can as well implement internal control, in your firm. Internal control in what sense? In the sense where person that approves and authorizes financial transactions are two different persons.
Okay.
It's like their level of authority, like their level to which your financial movement flows, right? And you can as well also use accounting software, like things are quite easy nowadays, right? Accounting software help you track your expenses, helps pull out a lot of reports, a lot of financial data.
Like Excel and
Excel, I would say like QuickBooks. QuickBooks, Xero, right, and the like. So you don't necessarily have to, invite the Big Four to audit your accounts. Especially if you're a small company. Right? You can just go online, try and check, understand what audit process is, right? It's not a big thing, It has to do with you just verifying that, your financial records, they are correct, accurate. They are in line, right? And how do you do this? Internal controls.
Okay, that's nice. So what would you like for a small business? Do you have like a practical example whereby a small business goes through the auditing process? It doesn't have to be the bigger auditing process, and then the financial statement and the company has seen a change in the finances as well. Are there practical examples you could give?
Oh yes. So like I've had experience with one company. So first of all, I would advise that no matter how little you can keep financial records, always try to keep financial records. So I think the issue with this company was the fact that there was no financial records. Like right from the onset of so they weren't able to okay, this is my profits, this is my expenses. There was no clear distinction between assets or liability.
Yeah.
So it was a whole lot of work, right? But with the help of audits, we're able to help them pull out a good financial statement. And we also realized that the company had too much inventory at hand, right? And that was dragging their profit back, right? So we had to give advice as to okay, just use just-in-time inventory system where you don't have to have
You mentioned the word inventory.
So stock.
They need to know what's inventory.
Goods, right? Stock.
Okay.
Yeah, that's inventory. So most times you spend a lot of money trying to buy goods, trying to buy stock in your shop, your company, right? And you just realize that you keep making expenses, your expenses just keep going up, and you're not really selling all those goods. So why? So just stick to the portion people will buy, right?
And
then
when it's time,
so you can be able
restock.
to realize your money and cover your expenses and show a profitable financial statement. Yeah,
thank you. I really like that. Were you the one that did the whole auditing process for the company?
Yes.
That's nice. So we're about to wrap up, but I'll just throw in this last question before I bring in the Novice Deep. We have a game called the Novice Deep where you just answer a few questions. So for someone just starting out, for a business that's just starting out, you've mentioned all of this tip. Could you just give a little bit of recap for them, what they need to attain and hold on to before starting out? Would you say, this brings me a question. Would you say auditing should be at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year? Because the year is coming to an end. So would you advise small business owners and even big business owners to start their auditing process now, or they should wait till the new year to start the whole auditing process?
Okay, so auditing commence at the end of business financial year.
Okay.
Right. So all businesses have their financial year probably and mostly runs from January to December, right? So at the end of your financial year where you are closing all your records, that's when you can carry out your audit to make sure that what your record is in line with, everything is in check. Right. And my advice for small companies, right, first of all, have financial record, have a good financial record. It does not have to be a very big one, but at least the debit and credit aspect of it. Or use accounting software, like I said, QuickBooks and Xero. They can help with pulling financial data and the like. Right? So that's the most important thing. And also have a strong financial team. Yeah, you don't have to be 10, 15. It's, two strong persons can help you build your business, right? And finance team in all companies, all businesses is quite crucial. It's very, very important. Right, so I would say try to build a very strong finance team. It won't actually cost you too much so as well, and also try to use accounting softwares.
Yes,
so as well. And also keep all your documents. All your invoices.
Especially that, keep all your invoices.
Keep all your documents. But that's the way you can verify that you really made these expenses.
With all of this said, you've talked about the books. You've talked about tools that small business owners can use as well. So this brings me to another question. How can, auditing help build the relationship between stakeholders, tax, and the likes?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, like I said, auditing builds confidence. It also builds transparency, right? I know as an investor, as a stakeholder, you don't want to invest your money in a firm or a company where you don't even know the profit progress, profit growth,
and the loss,
their assets, liability, their financial strength, how they can repay loans, how they can also repay returns. So audited financial statements helps provide clarity, right? And one stakeholder know, okay, you have an audited financial statement, and they are able to see that, okay, this is an audited financial statement. It gives them that level of assurance that, oh, okay, what you are presenting to them,
the investors,
is true. Not like you're trying to, cover up some things or lie about some things, right? So it gives them that confidence that, okay, we are seeing a true financial statement, and from what we are seeing, your company is making profit. Your company can be able to give me the return I expect. Right, tax authorities too as well, because tax, they use your financial statement to bring up the whole tax payments, your CIT, company income tax, payee, and the like. So, audited financial statement just give them that clarity that, okay, this is your real income, this is your real profit, this is what you're actually earning, and from that you are not evading tax in any ways. Yeah.
So I just have a quick question before we wrap up. At the end of the day, if a company is not able to produce all the financial statements and documents required for the whole auditing process, what's next for the company?
Well, so for auditing, we have a lot of documents that you have to provide. So if you can provide some and cannot provide it, there are other ways in which we can do our check. We can as well just verify all these things. But we just advise that you have all these documents, so it will be much easier for us to do our job and to verify the whole transactions. But it is not really a big issue. Like I said, auditing can be done in a very small process. So yeah.
Yay, time for the deep. So I have questions that my audience would want you to answer.
No problem.
So you just speak from me, then I'll read for you. Okay. What are the most common myths about auditing small businesses?
Oh, okay. I think I answered that earlier, but then again, I would just repeat it. So how can you audit small businesses, right? Going online, understanding what
are the things that people think about small businesses and auditing they're not actually true, fact that are not actually true.
Okay, so I think one of it would be auditing is just for large companies.
Yeah.
Right, which is false. Right. We encourage all business owners, to always audit your financial statements, because with that you get clarity as to where your business or where your company is
going.
Right, and you understand, okay, where do I need to improve, where do I need to implement a social strategy. It just gives you a very clear picture, right? And I think another misunderstanding or myth is the fact that audit is expensive.
Yeah,
it can actually be expensive, but then again, like I said, there are various ways in which you can carry out audit. It doesn't have to be on a very large scale.
Yes,
you can have a small scale audit. It doesn't have to be a full scale audit, and you don't really have to just, okay, I'm using the Big Four. We have a lot of audit firms as well that can actually provide solutions to small scale businesses and companies. Yeah.
You're getting all my questions. Okay.
Another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you could describe auditing in one word, what would it be?
If I could describe auditing in one word, what would it be?
Time is going.
Describe it in one word.
You can
examination. I don't know.
Examination.
Yeah.
That sounds one word.
Yeah.
This is the last one, and then I'm done.
Okay.
You're taking the big questions. Okay, now. What is the most overlooked benefits of auditing that you think more people should know about?
Oh, okay. So, first of all, I feel most persons think auditing is just about identifying problems, right? But it goes beyond that, right? Auditing gives you clarity. It helps to make informed decisions, right? It also helps with strategic planning, right? It also helps business growth. It helps you as a company or as a firm leverage on opportunities to see, okay, there's potential in this particular aspect, or okay, there's something I'm not doing right that I need to do better. Yeah, so a lot of benefits.
Thank you very much for being on the show. So guys, I hope you've learned a lot from this session, and irrespective of you being a small business owner or a big business owner, learn to keep all your documents for auditing. Till then, bye guys.